M4 is a disgustingly overpowered gun, and that's why today I'm going to show you guys my best class setups for this. Yes, you heard that right, setups. I'm going to show you guys two classes for two complete different playstyles. One of them is the long range playstyle, which you guys are going to love a lot. This gun is accurate, this gun has no recoil, and it is a beast. And then for those of you guys who like to rush but still use ARs, I got you guys covered as well with an SMG class that is pretty awesome too. So that's actually one of my favorite M4 classes that I'm going to share with you guys right after the long range one. So the long range class, both of them run the same things. We got the secondary, which is a knife, we got the stim, we got frag grenade, and then for the perks we got double time, scavenger, cold blooded, and bird's eye, which is great. Now if you're playing Warzone, bird's eye is kind of like nerfed at the moment, so don't use it. And by the way, this class I'm showing to you guys right now is good for Warzone as well. So I actually use this one for multiplayer and Warzone, and there's practically no recoil on it. So then we got dead silence as well for the final actual thing on the class. Now let's get into the attachments first. And before we do, if you guys could drop a like on this video, I would truly appreciate that, and sub to the channel if those notifications turned on. And I also want to know, guys, I'm going to be uploading a lot more videos consistently. I've been very inconsistent the past month, but I'm gonna be uploading consistently. And once Ashika, I think it's Ashika Island, drops, I'm gonna be uploading that as well. Not every single day, I'm gonna still do multiplayer, but I got you guys covered on that as well. So let me know if that's something you want to see, a mix of multiplayer and a resurgence game mode. Now this is not the SMG class, this is the Warzone class that's mixed with multiplayer as well. I use the exact same thing and the exact same tuning on both, and it's good. So the first one is gonna be the muzzle, and that is the RF Crown 50. This one gives you horizontal and vertical recoil control. Now I noticed one thing with the attachments, when it says horizontal on top and vertical on the bottom rather than vertical on top and horizontal on the bottom, I find it to be slightly better. I don't know if it's just me, if it could be a placebo, I don't know what it is. It just seems to be a little better. So yeah, in the tuning on this one, you're gonna put the ADS all the way up, and you're gonna put the gun kick control all the way up as well. I feel like this is the best for it. It's nice, you get a nice amount of ADS and you get a good amount of control for this weapon. You don't need the recoil stabilization or anything like that. This gun's already accurate enough. For the barrel, you're going to put the HIGHTOWER 20-inch barrel. Now this one gives you bullet velocity, which is amazing on Warzone. It gives you damage range, again amazing, recoil control, which is great, and hipfire accuracy. So in case you have this gun out in close range and someone runs up to you, you got that hipfire accuracy to hit them nicely. Now in the tuning, we put the recoil steadiness up and the ADS speed all the way up as well. We don't need to put the damage range too high. I mean, if you're playing Warzone, you might want to put that rather than the ADS, but for the sake of multiplayer, I put the ADS up on this one right here. Going to the next attachment, we got the SLIMLINE Pro Optic. Now this is going to be a shared attachment on both classes. It's going to be good for close range as well and long range. I use it for both. It gives you a nice sight. It gives it it's really clear to see the enemy and stuff, but it does take away some ADS speed, which is why in the tuning we're going to put the ADS all the way up, which is still negative towards the ADS, but you get a lot less of a penalty when doing that. And then I put it to close as well. I feel like close is nicer than far. It just looks a lot better. I'll show you guys an example quickly. So you go into the firing range. This is what close looks like. Okay, that's a little weird. Yeah, so it shows you guys that right there. It brings the enemy in a lot closer, and then if you go and you set it to far, for example, it's just gonna look really awkward in my opinion. I don't like setting it to far at all. You do that, and it just looks really weird. The red dot goes like kind of further away. The gun's a lot further away from you, and it blocks a lot of your screen. I'm not crazy about that whatsoever. So I always put that to close, and it looks a lot nicer. It still brings the enemy in on far, but it blocks a lot more of your screen. Going to the next attachment, we got the stock, and it's the CORIO PRECIO Factory. And this one gives you aiming stability and recoil control, which is something that you really need on Warzone. And if you're playing multiplayer on the larger maps, or you're playing a lot longer distances with this gun, you definitely want to have that. Now I put the ADS all the way up, and I put the aiming idle stability really to the max as well. Now normally I would put the aim walking speed higher, but I feel like I aim down sights a lot when playing Warzone without shooting my weapon, and I want it to be as steady as possible, which is why I put aiming idle stability rather than aim walking speed. And the final attachment for this one is going to be the rear grip, and that's the SAKIN ZX grip. This gives you recoil control, and it takes away some aiming stability, which kind of sucks because we just put that up on the last one in the tuning, but it is what it is. Now ADS and sprint to fire speed is where I throw it to the max on this one right here. There's no need to put recoil steadiness or aiming idle stability again. It's really nice right here. You want that ADS and sprint to fire. You don't want to lose it much with this attachment. Now when you guys go over to the actual SMG gun, this is you're gonna run the same thing, everything here I find, but don't use this class on Warzone, okay? I'm gonna tell you guys that right now. So you go into the gunsmith, and for the muzzle I'm gonna actually take that off at the moment because I want to show you guys some other attachments first, and we'll get back to the muzzle at the end of this video. So for this one right here, you're going to put the Tempus Trench Pro for the barrel. It gives you movement speed and it gives you ADS speed, which I think is really nice. And then in the tuning, what we're going to do on this is we're going to put the recoil steadiness all the way up, and we're going to put the ADS all the way up, and it's going to give this gun a nice amount of handling. It's going to have some kick to it. So if you guys are playing with it like an SMG, try not to use this gun at super long distances. It's not going to work out in your favor. But if you are playing it like an SMG and you're playing it properly, as if you were using the Vazina, for example, it is a really nice gun. And then we're going to go over to the optic. Like I said, we're going to leave the Slimline Pro in the tuning. We're going to leave it exactly the same. There's no need to change that. Going to the actual stock on this one, this is what we're going to change for sure. We're going to put the buffer tube, the Demo D50 buffer tube. And this one right here is not tunable, but you do get ADS, you get sprint to fire, you get movement speed, and you get hip recoil control. So if you are firing at the hip, the gun's not going to be bouncing all over the place. It's not too bad, but you lose aiming recoil control, and there's no way of tuning this, so you lose what you lose, and that sucks, and it is what it is. But anyways, going down to the rear grip, we're going to throw on, and it's not going to be the SAKIN. I think it's the Phantom grip I normally run. I feel like this one is slightly better. You lose more accuracy and recoil control, but you get a lot more handling. And then this one, we're going to put the ADS and the sprint to fire all the way up. Now, before we go into the muzzle, I want to show you guys something, and this is why I didn't show you the muzzle at first. If you take this right here and you just start shooting, it kicks all over the place. And if you're trying to go for like a mid-range shot, it's going to be really hard to stay on target. Like I'm actually holding down on the joystick right there, and it was really hard. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the muzzle, and you could throw on something like this that gives you recoil steadiness, but personally, like I said, we're going to want to throw on something like this. Now, for some reason on this class, I feel like the XTEN HAVOC 90 is the better option to go for. And then when you go into this, you're going to put the recoil stabilization up, and you're going to put the gun kick control all the way up as well. Now, you don't lose too much ADS. You guys are going to see this gun still ADS is super fast, but when you go for those mid-range shots, it's a lot easier to actually try and stay on target. But if you go for long range, this is what I say, never go for long range. Let me reload fast. It's really hard to actually stay on target. Like, I'm having a lot of trouble there, and every shot's missing. It's crazy. So use this gun as an SMG. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to like it as an SMG, but don't use it for long range. The other gun is perfect for long range. You guys should be using that. But that's going to be it for the video. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like. Sub to the channel if you guys are around here with those notifications turned on. And if you want to see the top 5 best weapons, in my opinion, before they get nerfed, go ahead and check out this video right here. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.